Thanks so much for sticking with us for the second half hour of Midday. I'm Glenn Mills in for Emily Clark and Brian Carlson today. Joining me now is Congressman Chris Stewart. There's a lot going on in the nation's capital, so the timing couldn't have been better for this conversation. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Glenn.
Yesterday, you and your Republican colleagues on the House Intel Committee sent a letter to the chair, Adam Schiff, asking him to resign.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
You know, I hated to do that, and I really mean that. I'm not a guy who seeks conflict. I try to avoid it, but he has just lost our confidence. He has said for 2 years things that I certainly didn't believe was true. I don't think he believed it was true. We now know that it wasn't true. And if he would have just kind of ended the conversation, almost all of us would have said, okay, let's just move on. But he doubles down on it. He continues to make these accusations for which there is no evidence. And I just felt like he was blinded by his politics, and it made it difficult for us to think he could continue to be a good chairman in that committee.
But there's still room for speculation here, given that the report isn't made public.
Yeah.
The public would like to see this, so why is that not happening?
Well, it will happen. And I've said, Glenn, I think I've said to you numerous times, I've said it for months, the entire report should be released. I don't think there should be a single sentence that is redacted for a couple of reasons. Number one is this isn't truly national security. We're not talking about sources, means, or methods. It's a political dialogue. And the second thing is, if there's anything redacted, people will point to that and say, that's what, see, where they're hiding something. There's a cover-up, there's collusion or conspiracy in there, and it's just not true. Release every word of it. But it's going to take a little time. I mean, the Attorney General it's going to take a little time, but it shouldn't be months. I think a couple weeks.
About this same time last year, then chair of the Intel Committee, Devin Nunes, was facing the same type of criticism from Democrats, saying he's not fit to be the Intel chair, and specifically Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer called on then Speaker Ryan to remove him from that. So is this just a round of politics here that we're seeing?
Well, everything in Washington, D.C. is politics, or at least much of it is, and you can't separate those two. But by the way, Chairman Nunes did step aside. He felt like for the good of the committee, he stepped aside from the Russian investigation.
Right. From that investigation.
Yeah, and stepped back from that. But once again, those of us who sit on the Intelligence Committee, it's a very difficult committee to get on. We do very serious work. The thing I loved about it was bipartisan. It was not in front of the television cameras. It was work that truly mattered in securing our nation and our freedoms. And yet we've been, for so long now, we've been kind of pulled away to this other narrative, and most of us just want to get back to the work on national security.
You and I have been talking about this situation, the collusion investigation, for years now.
Yeah.
And until this morning, I heard something different from you, but until this morning, you always said, I've seen no evidence.
Yeah.
Today you're saying unequivocally, it did not happen.
Yeah.
Do you have any suspicion at all whatsoever?
None at all. And I had to caveat it before by saying, look, we've looked at this. We've done the best investigation we could. And I mean, hundreds of witnesses, hundreds of thousands of documents, more than a year. But I always allowed for maybe Mr. Mueller will find something that we didn't see. I thought it was very unlikely, but I thought it's possible.
Well, and you now know that some of the witnesses came before your committee and lied to you, though.
Well, that's exactly right. Many of them, including some government witnesses, including Director of CIA, FBI, and some others. But Mr. Mueller had, as you know, 40 FBI agents, 19 lawyers. They worked with 13 federal foreign governments. He has a conclusion now, and so that's what I say. He has said now definitively what I've been saying for a year that I thought was true. There is no evidence.
From the Mueller investigation, though, we do know that 6 or 7 high-level associates to the president were charged with very serious charges.
Yeah.
So that leaves room for speculation. You know, so when you talk about lieutenants, so to speak, falling, isn't it likely the general knew something?
Well, but what were they charged with? So I think there's 2 or maybe 3 things important there. One is Mr. Manafort has been charged for financial misdealings. I'm glad he was charged. He's obviously a scoundrel, and he should be held accountable for that. But every one of those things occurred years before his association with Mr. Trump. Mr. Flynn was charged with lying to the FBI, a crime which took place after Mr. Manafort was, or I'm sorry, Mr. Mueller was designated as a special counsel. None of them, virtually none of these 36 indictments have anything at all to do with the president or anything at all with the theory of conspiracy. And that's what I think the distinction needs to be made. You're right. These other individuals should be held accountable. Although I got to say,
what about the payments, though, the payoffs to women that he allegedly had an affair with.
Yeah, well, again, I don't think it's shocking for people to know that that occurred, but it's not a crime. It happens frequently. And John Edwards, for example, was actually brought before an FEC charge and faced that, and the court said it's not a crime. You can pay someone to have them sign a non-disclosure agreement. Now, look, I think it's distasteful. I think the whole relationship is distasteful. It's certainly not aligned with Utah values, but it's not colluding with the Russians, and it's not criminal.
Okay, we have a little less than a minute left, but I want to hit on the anti-socialism caucus that you started up in Washington, D.C. Not to get into all the reasons for why that needs to happen in your perspective, but let's talk about some of the issues that may lead a young person here in the country to think, you know what, maybe we do need to take a look at that. And that being healthcare prices, education prices, out of the roof.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
So what's being done to address those?
Well, look, those are great points. And by the way, there's many others that we should address. Free market capitalism, democracy is not perfect. It's the best form of government, I think, ever invented by man. It still falls short sometimes. So we do have to do better on that. We do have to drive down the cost of healthcare. Our colleges are taking advantages of our students. They're charging them ridiculous prices and sometimes giving them degrees that they can't actually go to the market and get a job. We should look at all of those issues. But if you think the answer is to give the federal government more and more control over your life, everything from the car you drive to the job you have to how much you'll get paid to the doctor that you can see, and the list goes on, I just think it's a terrible way for our country to go, and it's going to hurt our children.
Okay, we're out of time, but one quick question. There's an opening for Secretary of the Air Force. Your name has been swirled around that as a possibility. Are you interested in that position?
I love our military. I love our Air Force. These are my Air Force wings, but I want to continue to serve in Congress. The President and I have discussed a couple times different possibilities. I want to continue to serve in Congress, and that's where my focus is.
All right. Appreciate your time. It's been a while. Thanks
Thank
for coming in and sharing your thoughts with us.
It's an honor. Thank you.
Nisha, back to you.
Thank